it recalls me the same traits that I am looking when athletes they are stepping into my gym. When they want to become agonist, they want to become professional. That is not anymore the dilettante or the amateur mindset. This is what you do, whatever the cost it is. And this weekend, I was to do another stage with my guys here doing jiu-jitsu. And I came back home, I guess, with 2 broken ribs, but this doesn't stop me. And there, it was another sensei that he was 8th dan of judo, and he's 63. And in 2 weeks, has to go and undergoing a surgery to replace the second hip. But he was on the tatami teaching people. So there is a sort of spark of foolishness that I believe is the real stuff that are describing founders that they have the unicorns DNA or professional athletes. And I guess it's something that you can sniff, at least is tangible for us, isn't it?
I would say absolutely. There is something that you could sniff, but I think that, it also depends on there's the character of the founders, and it's also, you could tell it by the way they structure their company and the organizations, right? And so I think that some companies could kind of close the gap to perfection by adopting certain standards really early on into their journey. For example, we talk a lot about software, but there needs to be a very high engineering standard when it comes to software. When it comes to AI, a lot of it could be replicated. So are they hiring operators with engineering rigor? Are they bringing in talent from high stakes domain like aerospace or robotics or advanced manufacturing? Is there really a culture of craftsmanship? And so really that's I think ways where you could look for the unicorns of tomorrow by looking at essentially how their companies is closing the gap to remove any imperfection. Because I think, at the end of the day, what is really important is the precision in engineering, and you use the example often with Formula One, or, excellence is non-negotiable. And I think that tolerances are measured in microns, right? And you know this very well with F1. A millisecond could make it or break it. And I think very similarly in a startup as well. So those feedback loops and the relentless iteration is also a very key component in an ingredient of building a future unicorn.
I totally agree. And I love that you brought this topic to light, especially because you know how much I love Formula One and MotoGP and motorsport in general.
I know. And Formula One is coming to our town very soon. So we're getting prepared mentally.
Yeah, it will be in Canada soon. I was in Miami a few days ago. So, but yeah, the point you see here is a point that you touch with a fantastic word that is craftsmanship. How you measure craftsmanship? A lot of leaders out there, let's say this. We got lucky and we found the perfect founder, a founder that has the trait of somebody stoic and relentless that fights for their pitch. And they chase you until they get founded and then get and do business. But then you look at how they structure their organization and they can replicate the best leadership models that we have out there nowadays. But then you go to the operational layer and you see if they rely on something that is a best practice or something that is hype. And a lot of organizations out there, they don't know really how good look like, how real software engineering is really built on top of what.